The Ghana Police Service has commenced strict enforcement of traffic regulations using special cameras installed at traffic intersections, highways, and other vantage points throughout the country. This will make it possible for the police to capture and tender in evidence, videos, and pictures of road users who engage in road traffic contraventions across the country to aid prosecution of such offenders. Incidents such as speeding and red light enforcement, parking and stopping violation, among others, will be captured. Also, reckless and dangerous driving, such as commercial passenger vehicles, picking passengers at unauthorized places, parking at unauthorized spots, and jumping red lights, among other forms of driving, which exposes other road users to danger. The center will be managed by officers of the Motor Traffic and Transport Department in collaboration with the Driver Vehicle and License Authority to obtain information of owners of vehicles involved in road traffic offenses, such as name, telephone, and address of owners of the vehicles and chassis number of the vehicle as well. The Vice President Dr Bawumia has explained that the contribution towards the building of the National Cathedral is a voluntary exercise. According to him, quote, "I have contributed and will contribute some more." Therefore, he's calling on Ghanaians to voluntarily contribute funds to build the National Cathedral. He lauded the role of faith-based organizations in the country is spearheading development in the country, and also acknowledged the immense contribution of the Presbyterian Church of Ghana in partnering government for development. He therefore called on faith-based organizations to use their pulpit to preach peace and unity for the development of the country. Reverend Osu Sapon, who was elated by the visit of the Vice President, urged him and the government to build a unit in the hospitals across the country to care for the aged. The Interior Minister Ambrose Dery has admonished prospective applicants to the state security services not to pay any person to facilitate their recruitment. He stated that persons who want to join any of the security services in the country need not make any payments before being selected. In addition, he stated that there is nothing like a protocol list that people are recruited from. Ambrose Dery, who doubles as the MP for Nandom, said, quote, "There are some criminals who go around asking you to pay monies because they want to put you on protocol list for recruitment into security agencies. There is nothing like that." Quote, "The only thing you have to do is to use 50 or 100 Ghana cedis to get your number, go online, and get your printout. That is what is going to guide us going forward," he further stated. Members of the public who are still not sure how to access the GHQR for payments should speak to their bank for assistance. Mr. Archie Hesse, the Chief Executive of Ghana Interbank Payments and Settlement Systems, has advised. GIPS, a subsidiary of the Bank of Ghana, introduced the GHQR as part of efforts to promote the cashless agenda. But the various banks, fintechs, and telcos have different ways they offer their service to their customers. GIPS, together with partners institutions such as financial institutions, telcos, and fintechs, have held series of events to create awareness and drive patronage for the payment service, and many shopping outlets and service providers have since deployed them to receive payments. However, the success of the payment channel would largely depend on its usage by the shopping public. President Nana Addo has charged the new board of the Bank of Ghana to interrogate the issue of high interest rates in the country. According to the president, a low interest rate for businesses in the country is critical for ensuring that Ghanaian businesses become and stay competitive. The president made the remarks at the swearing ceremony of the new board of the central bank. Quote, "Let me use this occasion to urge the bank to interrogate the issue of high interest rates in Ghana and how the problem should be addressed to enhance the competitiveness of the private sector. It is surely not right that the central bank's NPR stands at 13.5%, while the commercial banks lend to the private sector at rates of 21% and above." Quote, "This is a gap we have to bridge if we are to realize the vision of Ghana, whose economy is globally competitive. I believe the Bank of Ghana is best placed to lead this process of reflection and action," he added. After several weeks of increasing food prices on the market, consumers should expect some stability and price reduction by the end of this month, August 2021. This prediction was made by commodity analyst Esoko Ghana. The consistent increase in food prices over the past weeks have left many households and businesses worried. Content manager at Esoko Ghana, Francis Dansueje, said, quote, "As we approach the end of this month, August and early September, food prices will begin to come down because food production cycle in the southern part of the country would have been complete, and the produce will start hitting the markets in the capital city, which will bring food prices down." He added that the government should invest in irrigation systems and storage facilities to ensure that there's food supply of all the major commodities all year round. The government of Chad has said it is halving the number of soldiers deployed to an international force fighting Islamist militant in the Sahel region. Since 2017, 1,200 Chadian troops have been deployed to the G5 Sahel force. Despite the ongoing violence, France recently announced it was cutting its military presence in the region from around 5,000 to a maximum of 3,000 troops. A spokesman from Chadian government described the troop withdrawal as a strategic move and said the country remained committed to fighting Islamist militant. Of the 5 nations that contribute to the G5 Sahel force, the soldiers of Chad are seen as the most battle-hardened and effective. But the regional mission has been hampered by logistical challenges and lack of equipment. The decision to halve the numbers of the Chadian soldiers comes at a worrying time for the region. The attacks by jihadists linked to Al-Qaeda and Islamic State group are relentless. The latest on Friday night left at least 17 civilians dead in western Niger. German Chancellor Angela Merkel has said further sanctions may be imposed on Russia if it uses a controversial gas pipeline against Ukraine. Mrs. Merkel, on her final visit to Kyiv before leaving office, told Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky she understood his concerns over the Nord Stream 2 project. Mr. Zelensky opposes the pipeline, which he says threatens Ukraine's security. It will run under the Baltic Sea and double Russian gas exports to Germany. Ukraine fears that the Russian-led Nord Stream 2 gas pipeline will tighten Moscow's grip over the region's energy supply and strengthen its influence. During a joint press conference on Sunday, Mr. Zelensky described the project as a, quote, geopolitical weapon of the Kremlin, which he said would be, quote, dangerous for all of Europe. But Mrs. Merkel, who is standing down as Germany's chancellor this autumn after 16 years in office, said Berlin agreed with Washington that Nord Stream 2 should not be used against Ukraine. She said sanctions could be used against Moscow under an agreement between Germany and the U.S. if gas was, quote, used as a weapon. At least 22 people have been killed and dozens more are missing following flash floods in the U.S. state of Tennessee. Rescue crews are searching for more than 50 people in rural Humphreys County, which is west of Nashville. The record-breaking flooding began on Saturday, submerging entire roads and taking out telephone and power lines. Emergency workers are searching door to door in the worst-hit areas, with rescuers also combing through debris of homes that were washed away. The names of the missing have been listed on a notice board at an emergency center in Humphreys County, with relatives left fearing the worst. On the county's Facebook page, people have been desperately seeking any information that could help locate their missing friends and relatives. It was a move 7 years in the making and 10 years since he last wore the shirt, but Chelsea proudly declares on their website earlier this month that Romelu Lukaku had come home. His second debut against Arsenal on Sunday turned out a dream afternoon as Lukaku opened the scoring in an unplayable performance, which the player himself described as, quote, dominant. His strike was his first goal for the club, having failed to hit the net in his 3 years and previous 15 appearances at Stamford Bridge between 2011 and 2014, when he was a peripheral figure and never given a Premier League start. European champions Chelsea coasted a 2-0 victory over their well-beaten London rivals, and the early signs are Thomas Tuchel's side will take some stopping this season with Lukaku on board. The trainer of Olympics bronze medalist Samuel Touchy says his team is weighing the potential bids from interested managers and promoters over possible signing for a professional career. Lawrence Ampofo, founder of the Discipline Boxing Gym in Accra, told the Graphic Sports that they were carefully evaluating all the offers on the table before making a decision on which promoter the young boxer would commit the next chapter of his promising career. Ampofo's comments further reinforced suggestions that a professional career beckons the young boxer, and the world may just have seen the last of Ghana's 2020 Olympic Games hero as an amateur. Award-winning Ghanaian reggae dancehall artist Samini believes that the Ghanaian movie industry can attain greater heights than it has now on the international market. His comments comes at the back of the strides the Ghanaian music industry has achieved over the rest of the disciplines in the showbiz industry in Ghana. According to the Oba crooner, if more attention is given to the packaging and delivery of local movies, it could achieve the same heights as the music industry. Samini explained that except for music, the next thing Ghana is identified with outside the country is fashion, after which the movie industry comes. Samini added that even though the presence of some movie stars like Jackie Appiah, Majid Michel, and the likes are recognized in the diaspora, the film space cannot rub shoulders with the music and the fashion industry on the global front. Anita Okoye, the wife of Nigerian singer Paul Okoye, aka Rude Boy, of the defunct music group P Square, has filed for divorce. Anita requested the dissolution of her marriage with Paul as per a partly redacted court document that surfaced and went viral on social media platforms on Friday. According to the petition filed at the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, Anita cited, quote, irreconcilable differences as one of the reasons she was wanting a divorce. Anita and Paul were sweethearts from the university days. They decided to get married in 2014 and have since been blessed with 3 beautiful kids. According to Anita in the petition, Paul denied her any form of companionship and love, which are the integral components of all successful marriages. She also said that the music star shirked his responsibility as a husband by refusing to support and cater to her and her family members.